Shelley with the show. Live, local, topical, and relevant. Let me take you back a couple years. Many years, actually. When I was a freshman in high school, I went to Riverdale Country School in the Bronx, New York, a private school. Very good private school. Loved it there. Best 4 years behind college in my life. Loved Riverdale Country School. Loved my friends, all my friends in high school. When I was a freshman, we all five of us, myself, Keegan Lee, Mike Bowman, he was in 8th grade at the time, actually, Ned Offit, Eric Yeaman, we were on a freshman team. We were freshmen, and we played freshman team. We had probably lost one game the entire year. And as we tried out the next year, we were all looking forward to being on JV. And because we knew we were good. We knew we were a good team. Everybody could play. And our coach, Bob Clark, rest in peace, he cut a lot of the seniors, much to the anger of a lot of parents. He cut all the seniors and put us on the varsity. And he told us, you're going to get beat up this year as sophomores, but you'll learn to play together. Junior year, you'll have a great year. And senior year, you should go undefeated. That's what he told us as sophomores when we all made the varsity. We couldn't believe it. We looked for our names. When the names came out on the sheet, we looked for our names on junior varsity, and we didn't see our names. We thought we didn't make it. And then we looked over to varsity, and we saw we had all made it. That's how good we were as young ball players in high school. I'll never forget, every year we played our arch rivals, Horace Mann. That was our arch rivals, another private school. This is the Ivy League league in high school. Horace Mann, Fieldston, Riverdale, Hackley, Poly Prep. And every year our arch rivals was Horace Mann. And we played them at the end of the year. The last game of the season in basketball was called the Bazell game. We played it at college. I forgot which college it was. I think it was, I can't remember, Iona or something, where we played at their college gym. It was a big school, big game. All the kids, I mean, it's filled gym and everything. Our sophomore year, we got blown out. Our junior year was a little closer. Our senior year, that game went 6 overtimes. That's how close the game was. And we lost in 6 overtimes. And I'll never forget, at the end of that game, in the shower, sitting at the end of the bench, I couldn't speak to anybody. My coach came over, put his hand on my shoulder. I said, good season, senior. You know, you did everything, da-da-da-da-da. I didn't hear a word he said. Then I got in the car. My mom and Bruce, my stepdad Bruce, he came to the game because he taught me how to play basketball. And we get in the car, and I'm quiet. I'm not saying a word. Because we had just lost. I think we lost 2 games that entire season, our senior year. One year, we lost an early game to Fieldston, and then we lost to Horace Mann that last game of the season. We didn't go undefeated, but we had a great year. But we lost to Horace Mann, our last game of the season, the game we looked forward to crushing them, and we lost in 6 overtimes. And in the car driving home, I'm quiet. I'm sitting in the back seat. Bruce had a big Cadillac. My mom and dad Bruce and my mom are in the front seat. And my mom turns to me at one point, and she says, "Oh, honey, cheer up. It's just a game." That's what she said to me. And before I can just go off as a son would in that situation, Bruce turned to my mother and said, "Turn around, Valerie, and don't say a word." That's what he said to my mom before I could say anything. But the words right on the tip of my tongue. Now, of course, I wasn't going to curse at my mom. It's my mom. But the anger, the hurt, the pain was very much there. Later on in school, I barely talked to anybody. I certainly didn't talk to anybody at Horace Mann, and we knew them. We rode the bus with them. We saw them all the time. Baseball season was getting ready to come up. We were going to be playing them in baseball, so I was going to see them all again. Barely spoke to any of them. Finbar Regan was the guy on Horace Mann. He was a great ball player. When I pitched first game against Horace Mann as a senior, my senior year, after that loss, I threw at his head 3 or 4 times in that game. I was still angry at that game. I tell this story because Burt Jones recently had an interview with the AJC. And he's quoted in there when they asked him about supporting a Politically Georgia podcast. They asked him about whether he planned to vote for Jackson. He said, "We'll see. Obviously, I'm interested in supporting and keeping Georgia Republican run and keeping it red, and I think November is going to be a challenge." And he goes on in this interview, and a lot of people are bashing him. I'm here to say I understand. I hope he comes together with Mr. Jackson. I've endorsed Mr. Jackson. Others have endorsed Mr. Jackson. There are those out there who supported Burt Jones and are now who've already endorsed Mr. Jackson. But I understand Burt's feelings. It's bitter to lose. And yes, I understand about politics. You're supposed to, when you lose, you're gracious and you reach out to the winner and you say, "Hey, I'll do everything." Yeah, there are people who do that. I can tell you from experience in my life, having had the pain of losing, I don't understand that thought process. I'm not built that way. And I understand, Burt, but it's only July. And for those out there, I read an article by my great friend in the Peach Pundit, Scott, in the Peach Pundit, saying that Burt is bitter and all of this stuff. It's July 14th. The election is not until November. Voters have already coalesced behind Rick Jackson. The numbers already polling and everything shows it. Voters have moved on. They've moved on. People like myself, who was in the 10 toes down for Burt for governor. He lost. A couple days later, I was mad the night of the election. I said a whole bunch of stuff, but a couple days later, Rick Jackson came on the show and I endorsed him right there. Some of us move on. I understand those who don't as quickly as others. I don't think it's something to slam somebody about. I don't think it's something to hit somebody about. Some of us are built differently. I've had spades games with people, family members, close friends who've beat me at the spades table, and I've gotten up, walked outside, and not spoken to anybody for 15, 20, 30 minutes. I don't sit there and laugh and joke about losing. I'm not built that way, and I understand those who are not. Burt Jones has months to get up, feel better about his loss, and call Rick Jackson and say, "Hey, what do you need?" I know Burt Jones. I know he will do that because that's the man he is. But I'm not going to get mad at Burt Jones because he says we'll see in an interview on July 14th for an election that's not until November, when the entirety of the Republican Party is already coalesced behind Rick Jackson. Some of us don't like to lose. Some of us take losing hard. Those who can just stand up and say, "Oh, I lost, but it's okay. How you doing?" I look side-eyed at people like that. You're supposed to take losing hard. You're not supposed to accept losing easily. That's the point of being men. Burt Jones will come around. Trust me, I know him. He will. He will call Rick Jackson. He'll call him on his own time. Rick Jackson knows that he will call him on his own time. That's why Rick Jackson's not out there saying anything negative about Burt Jones. Because Rick Jackson's also a man who understands losing is tough. And you're not supposed to get over it oh so easily. The Shelley Winter Show. We'll be right back.